Hello, elegant listeners and viewers and watchers alike, and welcome to Go, My Favorite Injury. Yes, I got in a bike wreck just recently. Actually was about 2 weeks ago as of this recording. And this sleeve is not for appearances. There's a whole line of gauze underneath it because I tore up my arm. Uh-huh. And you know what happens when you get hurt and you post online?
What?
Everybody and their mother compares you to Mark.
What do you mean?
So Mark.
I didn't crash my bike.
No. But, you know, they think I'm copying you with all these hospital visits and injuries that I'm going through. And frankly, I need to get to the bottom of this.
You've been to the hospital more than I have.
See, he admits it.
You haven't you? Legitimately, you have.
Yes.
And you've had more operations than I have by far.
Correct. But there are contingencies and contention that exists with the contingency was the wrong word. Contention that exists with relation to the fact of emergency hospital visits.
Yeah.
So I decided that it was an important time to showcase for all of you who keep saying I'm copying Mark to have a hospital off.
All right, okay, all right, let's throw it down. All right, let's go. All right,
Mark,
Yeah.
Some people say within the last decade you've been to the hospital more than me, which debatably so.
Maybe. I'd have to look at a calendar, but yeah, maybe.
Well, that's since I moved to LA.
Okay, all right, okay, I see.
Yeah. So before then, I mean, we go down the history. How much, when you were a kid, I remember you launched down the stairs at a competition and broke your arm?
Head.
Oh, you did crack your head.
Yeah. I don't know how bad. I'm almost positive there was at least a concussion because my memory before then, as a child, even today, I remember my dreams. I remember like going around the house. I remember random things, events. After that, I would lose track of time. I would just warp and I'd be on the bus and I'd be like, I guess I'm here now. I'd go to school. I couldn't remember school. Before then, I remember like almost every detail of school. I think I had some major brain damage.
Did you get stitches or anything for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Apparently it bled so much that I filled like a bath towel with blood, right? Or something like that. I mean, maybe it was a hand towel. I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah. How do you remember roughly how old you were?
It would have been when I was like maybe 9, something like that. I really can't say because again, it's like it's a big spot. And from that moment on, like my memory gets very spotty. And who knows, even to this day, like maybe I was a super genius and, you know, that brought me down to mortal level.
Meanwhile, it's extremely successful.
Yeah, think of what I could have been, though. Oh, man. Would have been incredible if I didn't have brain damage when I was a child. But yeah, so that was the first, like, emergency visit. Yeah.
Well, I got you beat.
Oh, no.
I was still in diapers.
You don't know I wasn't in diapers. Hey, come on. I was a late diaper bloomer.
Late diaper bloomer. Listen,
late.
Because of my kidney disease, I did pee my bed later in life than usual for most people. I was like kindergarten.
What's the last time you pissed the bed?
Kindergarten, I think.
Yeah, me too.
Didn't you pee yourself on Distractable?
No, I don't think I'm distractible. No, that was Bob.
And, Bob did it. Okay.
Yeah.
Proud of him.
Peed himself. Okay, all right. Yeah,
Quote unquote.
We don't know. It was off screen.
There's no proof.
Yeah, there's no proof. That's the thing. There's no proof.
There's no proof.
Yeah. I feel like there was probably at some point, probably later than I'd like to admit, but, you know, not that, you know, at least I feel like as either when I was like a preteen or a teenager, at some point in the 13-year-old age, I pissed the bed and I was like, no one can ever know. No one can ever know.
Dude, that panic, because I was in elementary school, you know, and I was like, no one can ever know.
Yeah, because even to this day, I'll have a dream where it's like, in my dream, I'm going to the bathroom and I panic and I wake up. I'm like, no, as an adult. And I didn't. And it's just like, oh, thank God, that was just a dream. You ever, like those dreams, same dreams, like where you committed a crime and you're like,
you wake up and you think it actually happened.
My whole life is ruined. How can I do this to myself? Yeah. Same with pissing the bed. It's right up there.
Same levels.
Yeah.
But before that, I was in diapers and just had started learning to walk.
Yeah.
And we had those magnet glass door cabinets like people did back then. I sliced open my hand right here and went to the hospital for that, got stitches. And then I was jumping on my brother's bed with him and got knocked off and hit the corner of his dresser. And this one's a crazy story because there's a blood trail. My brother saw I got hurt, grabbed me.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding, by the ankle. His bedroom's at the top of the stairs, furthest down the hallway, down the stairs, around into the kitchen
Head
and into that
every step.
and goes, "Mommy, Tyler's hurt." And she goes, saw me crying and went to hold me, hand covered in blood.
Yeah.
Looks up, trail of blood.
Yeah.
So I got like 8 stitches in the back of my head.
Yeah.
So maybe I was supposed to be a super genius too.
I think that's what it was. I think absolutely. It's unfair.
Truly.
It's unfair. We were both meant to be genius level intellects. No other kid in the world ever gets hit in the head. But I mean, like, it could happen. Like that easily could have done something, I guess. I don't know.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess kids' brains are pretty malleable.
All right. So early days.
Yeah.
Any other injuries that you can remember?
When I broke my arm in 5th grade, or it was in between 5th and 6th, I can't remember.
Okay.
Broke my arm, had to go to the hospital for that. So that would have been the second time. It was a while before catapult to the face. That I had to go to the emergency room for that. That was not that bad. It was just like a few stitches, but it just looked worse than it was.
Yeah, I remember hearing the story of that happening because I also was in physics at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, that one's more like I remember more of it because, I mean, even that, it's kind of like probably the lightest of concussion because I don't remember getting hit. I just remember I'm on the ground all of a sudden. I hear a twang and then I'm on the ground and I go like, ooh, I kind of wake up woozy. So that's probably like the lightest concussion you could get because it was like 2 like big springs that were the main drivers back. And it was like the way it's set up is the springs were, I think it was a strange way to make it. And now looking back on it, I'm like, I don't think this made the most sense because I think the springs, where were they that they were? It did a lot of force. So I don't know how, but the way it was made was so dumb because it was like a tiny little loop, like the springs weren't attached here, but the tiny little loop, like a little fishing line style loop. And like a door hinge. Oh, yeah. That was all it was. There was no locking mechanism. It was like, so the string pulled the door hinge. No clasp, no anything like that.
Which those little like things that exist, it's like a hook, right?
Yeah. And then sharp metal fishing, like chicken coop wire. Down, it's like the worst. If it had hit me anywhere, I might have lost an eye, honestly. Yeah, but luckily I got the Neanderthal. Wow. Yeah.
Good protection.
Yes.
Forehead forward.
So. Yeah.
Okay. So I had senior year of high school broke my nose in water polo. And I think there was another time beforehand. I remember going to the ER, but I don't remember. No, I know what it was.
Yeah.
This was in college. This was later. I thought I broke my ankle. So I was playing football in college and it was freshman to sophomore year, I think. Yeah. No, it was sophomore to junior year. Because I ended up not even being able to play junior year, and I would have been a starter if I didn't have my kidney failure. I got tackled, and my ankle, like, you could hear it the next field over. We played the Turkey Bowl. Water polo players would get together, and we'd play tackle football, no pads. It popped so loud that the entire other field that was playing their game stopped and looked over, wondering what was happening. I punched the ground. It hurt so bad. My brother took me to the ER for that. That was the first ER visit I remember because I don't remember going to the ER. I went to the doctor for my broken nose, but that one hurt like a bitch.
It popped so loud the field overheard it. You punched the ground so hard the next city over felt it.
The other side of the world felt the quake.
You screamed so loud into the ground. Opposite end just actually exploded. Volcanoes erupted. It was calamity.
Yeah, but between that time, I had in 8th grade, I had the kidney biopsy, which had me admitted to the hospital. I did a study at the hospital, so I was in and out of hospitals doing studies for various things like VO2 max, relation of heart disease to kidney disease. They did like the diabetic stuff. I had 24-hour blood pressure cuffs, various things throughout that time. There were probably I want to say 5 different studies I participated in that had me go to either the outpatient center or the actual hospital. So
There we go. Sorry. Come on.
you're good. You're good.
Bye.
Come on. There we go.
So, okay, that gets us up to college-ish through high school.
Yeah. Okay.
You didn't go to the ER for the parkour thing, did you?
No, I should have.
Okay.
Man, because the thing about being an adult and on your own is usually the decisions to go to the emergency room are always like to my parents. And so I'm in college, I fall and basically explode my ass and break my spine.
Explode your ass.
I exploded my ass in college, and then I jump off of a 3-story building and it probably tore something in my shoulder.
God,
That shoulder was messed up for a long time. And I'm like, I'll just sleep it off. Like, what? God, now I'm like, because it's never even an option. I never even think about it. Like, I got to go to the doctor. No, it doesn't happen. I don't know about that.
Yeah. I also forgot the times I broke my toe, but I didn't go to the hospital for that. I broke my toe 3 times in high school. Shit.
Yeah.
One was in the wrestling room, locker room, that had a bench that wasn't bolted down, and it sat on the end of it, and it swung me into the concrete below the lockers.
Ew.
Broke my right toe. The other time I ran and slid in my neighbor's house. Toe got tucked under when I hit the carpet. Broke my left big toe. I broke both of those big toes 3 times each, and then I've broken my pinky toe twice and my ring toe in my right foot once. That's all within the last year.
Yeah.
Those last 2.
Eesh. Yeah, the first thing in college I went to was the appendix.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's where they found the tumor.
How long were you in the hospital for that one?
I think they did the operation and, it was just like a day in the hospital, then recover at home.
Monitoring you so you don't get jaundice or not jaundice.
Sepsis.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, just make sure that it, nothing got out. Because basically, it's part of the intestines. It could have poop in it, and poop could leak out, and that's bad.
That's an emergency room visit, though.
Yeah. But thankfully, I didn't need that. There was plenty of outpatient stuff for the tumor to get it, biopsied and stuff, but I don't know if that counts, because it's like you go to that clinic that's not a hospital. It's just like where they do the biopsies,
So at this point, your ER visits is 2 or 3. Did you go to ER for your broken arm?
Yes.
Okay, so you have 3. I think we're matched there on ER visits right now.
Yes. Yeah. If we're talking ER specifically, it was ER for, the head, and then the broken arm, and then, it would have been the appendectomy. Yeah.
And mine is head, hand, and ankle.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We're all ER. Mm-hmm. I just went direct to doctors like orthopedics when I broke other bones, like when I broke this bone in my hand, playing basketball and went to try and dunk and hit the post.
Yeah. Well,
that hurt.
It went too high. So
Exactly. I dunked too hard.
Exactly. That's
It's not that I couldn't jump high enough and
Right.
missed.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So we're tied on ER visits at that point.
Okay.
And I've been to 2 now. My total of ER visits is only 5 because I've had the 2 with both when I got hit by the car and then this incident where my bike caught gravel in a turn and it took me out and I slid. That pissed me off. I was so mad.
Okay.
So I only have 5 total ER visits. I think you have me beat because of your bowel blockages.
Yes, those are the most frequent journey because it is technically an emergency. Having a bowel obstruction is an emergency because the thing about what qualifies as an emergency is like potentially life-threatening.
Yeah.
That's an emergency, and that gets the triage that gets you up there. It may seem funny that I can't poop because I got a bowel obstruction, but in reality, it is extremely painful, number 1. And number 2, if it doesn't get resolved, it doesn't resolve itself, your bowels become so obstructed that they can swell up and burst, and that is basically death.
Additionally, if it's cut off to the extreme 2, it can start decaying within your body.
Yeah, bowel death can occur because if it's cinched off enough to stop, your bowels from passing food, it can stop blood flow as well. Yeah, that is the other problem.
Did I tell you that was actually the reason my mom passed?
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, the cancer had wrapped around her intestine, and so she couldn't eat. So when I was going through hospice, it was basically watching her starve to death.
Oh man!
So it was really rough because there's nothing that could be done because it spread so bad.
Yeah,
so
that's rough.
Yeah,
but I had to go there once after the first surgery. That would have been so. I went there once. The first time the scar tissue did the adhesion tear, which cinched off stuff.
Well, I remember one was my mom fixed your pain meds the one time.
That was the tumor.
That was the tumor. Okay.
That was the tumor surgery. So that was after that got out because it couldn't be just a laparoscopic thing. They had to scoop out all my intestines. That's why that one was so painful and needed such a long recovery. But emergency visits, it's like the bowel obstruction number 1. I feel like there were 3, maybe 4 other times when it was an obstruction that didn't need surgical intervention.
Yeah, I remember you going a number of times because one of them was when we were going to hang out in Ohio.
Yeah.
And then that's after you got out of the hospital is when you invited me to come out in 2015 to do stuff with you.
That would have been the first one.
Okay.
If it happened in Ohio, that was the first one.
That was the first one?
And that actually needed surgical intervention because it was scar tissue that adhered. And it was funny because they came in and being like, hey, we can either see if it passes normally or we can do surgery. And the risk, obviously, if we have to cut out a piece of intestine, that's major. And I'm like, go ahead, do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, and they're like, are you sure? I'm like, what's the alternative? If it hurts, this is
go in and
just fix it. Just go do it. And then they got in there and thankfully it was like, we just had to cut the scar tissue, but this could happen again. I was like, oh, fine. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's been 4 times, but it hasn't happened in a long time.
Right.
So that probably means most of the scar tissue is now either cleared or, in a way that's not at risk.
Wrapping around the intestines.
Yeah. So we should be good there. So that would have been 5 emergency visits.
For the intestine.
Yeah. And then I have 1 when I broke my foot.
Okay. Did you not you went to urgent care for the eyes from iron lung?
No, actually I did go to an emergency room for that.
What about when you had the pickle to the eye?
Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right.
So Mark,
yeah,
this does prove that they have a point in the sense that you have gone to more emergency room visits to the hospital than me.
What's that thing that old people get?
Osteoporosis.
No, it's a skin thing.
Oh.
It was Sclumpo. I had the Sclumpo.
Shingles.
Did
you go to the ER for shingles?
It was in my eye.
Oh,
shit. It had spread to my eye. That was the problem.
That's bad. Yeah,
so I had to go. I had a lot of eye trouble.
You didn't tell me you went to the ER for that. You just told me you had it.
Yeah, it was at that point because the problem was...
that one you didn't post about. In fact, some of these you didn't post about.
I don't want to tell people I got shingles in my eye. It's actually very common.
They just think it came from your roof.
It's very common that it goes to the eye for some reason. That's something to look out for because shingles is just like it's
chicken pox.
Yeah, it's chicken pox that comes back, and it just pisses me off because like just a few years after us, they had the chicken pox vaccine, and I it's only people that got it naturally from like chickenpox parties and things like that.
Yep.
But if you had the vaccine, you don't. Anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. So we can come back at any time. But I've since got the shingles vaccine because you can get it afterwards. It's mostly for old people, but they say for more and more younger people. But the problem is if it goes to the eye, it can act very quickly to cause damage and start to give you... So, and the symptoms is crazy because my whole head was hot, like burning hot. So that's how I kind of suspected it. I'm like, this is so weird. It felt bizarre. Like I wasn't feverish through the body, but this part of my head was burning. Like just felt like it was 108 degrees right here, funneling down to my eye. Very strange.
Yeah.
And they need to obviously look very closely to see what's going on. It's not like they're seeing the virus there, but they're seeing like telltale signs of something going on there. And then a few eye drops and some steroid injections, and boom, I'm better. And lots of antivirals.
Yeah.
But it's just like, whew, that was weird.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So you 100% have me beat on emergency room visits. That's without a doubt.
Okay.
Hospital stays becomes a question because I was in the hospital for my kidney transplant, my kidney biopsy. There was another thing that I was in the hospital overnight for, but I can't remember. But I had...
My carrot.
I forgot that it's 10. I forgot about the carrot. Fuck. I forgot about the carrot. God, man, that sucked. That sucked a lot.
Yeah.
That hurt like hell.
How long were you in the... Switching gears. Wait, that was the one that they shot it out of the cannon, right?
No, what?
Or they threw it at you?
No, that's the pickle.
That was the pickle. Okay,
Yeah,
I thought
the
that
carrot
was
was
the
me
pickle.
just trying to play a prank on Chica, and I swallowed it before chewing.
Oh yeah, that when it got
that
lodged.
hurt so bad, but cleared so fast. They had the medicine that just dilates your esophagus, and it's just like, oh, thank you. Thanks, guys.
This is why you should chew food.
You please chew. Yeah, that's very important.
Okay. Definitely have me beat on that. How long were you in the hospital when you had the tumor removed?
2 weeks. I believe 2 weeks, yeah.
Wow.
Which the problem there is, like, it's so boring.
Yeah.
I feel for people that have to do extended hospital stays for, like, months. It's so boring.
My kidney transplant wasn't even that long.
Yeah.
It was 9 days.
Yeah. If I'd had, like, a laptop or something, it might have been a little easier, but I
Right.
didn't have it at the time. And it's just like I was just sitting, looking at the stupid hospital TV. When I wasn't like tripping on Valium when they messed up my pain meds like that. But yeah, no, that sucked.
So I think you have me beat on hospital stay length.
Really?
Yes. But overall procedures and stuff. So outside of the hospital, I have you beat.
Okay.
Because I had 15 surgeries. So three back needle things, one of which you drove me home from. Deviated septum fix, which was really bad. I had a 1/4-inch bone spur on my right side that was blocking. So that was fun, being numbed up and they're chiseling into your nose. Horrifying. Don't recommend it. You hear it.
Yeah, I bet.
Kidney biopsy, kidney transplant, peritoneal dialysis, catheter insertion and removal. I had to stay overnight, I think, one day for both of those. I hardly remember them. I think removal was outpatient. Insertion was I stayed for a couple days. That was my entire spring break. Ooh, hospital stays might be up for contention again.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I would think so because I had to stay overnight for all the bowel obstructions and I had the 2-week recovery from the tumor. But other than that, everything else is in and out.
Yeah. I had 9 days for the transplant. Really should have been 10 because my blood pressure did not go down. And I had a horrible headache that night I got home. And my dad had to find a way to figure out getting me pain medicine because it was excruciating.
Yeah, that was part of the problem. I mean, I understand with the opioid crisis. I get it. But the overcorrection was severe on some of these things. Like when I broke my foot, they didn't give me anything. Like nothing. And it was like, I know it's a small bone, but that bone fucking hurt. And it's like for bone break pain, not getting anything is crazy. Lots of Advil and Tylenol. That's what I get. And for pretty much anything else, it's like it's extremely restrictive. And I get it for good reason. For good reason.
Well, and here's another wrench to throw into there.
Yeah.
I can't take NSAIDs.
In what?
Because NSAIDs. So Advil, aspirin, all of those. I'm not supposed to take those. Anything that has
steroidal anti-inflammatory. NSAIDs.
NSAIDs, which is how they're said by pharmacists.
Yeah.
I can't have them because they're filtered by the kidney. So when I need pain mitigation, I have to be prescribed a level of that or else it's just Tylenol.
Yeah, yeah.
So I got given Narco for, or Norco. I don't remember how it's spelled. It's Vicodin and acetaminophen, or oxycodone and acetaminophen to be correct. But the lowest dose. And I used it just to sleep. And one of the side effects of those is headaches. And I got them every morning. So I got off at the other thing. And the other thing, especially with your bowel obstruction, the thing that really sucks with those drugs is they back you up.
Yeah.
They make you constipated. So a lot of people end up getting pain from being constipated because they're taking the pain meds for the other pain. And that becomes another issue that can occur. But there's so many things with relation to that. And I'm very much like the opioid epidemic and the way, do you know how opioids started being used for pain?
Oh, yeah.
It was the fact that one doctor decided to treat pain as a disease. And so then it became more of, I don't know if it was that they started opioid use then, or they extended the use of opioids for pain treatment.
Oh, I thought it was the company that pushed their pills really hard.
It was initially a doctor. It might have been a company involved. Well, the company started pushing their pills heavily for sure after that became introduced, but they weren't used in medical practice in the same way as I believe.
Yeah, I think it's multiple sources, of course. Like part of the responsibility also comes down on the doctors themselves. But this is actually pretty recent. Opioid manufacturer Purdue Pharma sentenced for fraud and kickback conspiracies. This is April 28th of this year.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Purdue Pharma was sentenced today in federal court in Newark, New Jersey, in order to pay criminal penalties of over $5 billion for its role in fueling the opioid epidemic. Purdue Pharma put profits over patient health and safety, said Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche. The company willfully rejected the law and ignored the diversion of their highly addictive prescription drugs. Their actions contributed to the opioid crisis that claimed countless lives and destroyed entire families and communities. Today's sentence is the prime. I can't believe it's today. I can't believe today or like April is when this got this year. That feels like it should have happened so long ago. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Insane. Must have been a long-standing thing that was just going through court after court after court and doing whatever they could to delay it, possibly.
I mean, I'm sure,
but that's,
yeah.
I mean, that's a major thing in the United States. I mean, Europe and everywhere else makes fun of us because there are commercials for drugs on TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's not the doctor that just prescribes the drugs. It's that patients suddenly are asking for particular drugs.
Yeah.
And I think it's very important, and this is for the audience, to be very aware of your own care and know what you're taking and for what. Because a lot of people are over-medicated, and a lot of people are over-medicated because when they go to the hospital for something else, and the doctor asks, well, you're taking this, what's this for? And they go, I don't know. So doctors don't take them off of it and instead just add to their medicine cocktail, and it creates a whole issue.
Right.
And I heard about this my entire life because my parents are pharmacists. My mom worked in the hospital and all of this stuff. And she'd look at something and be like, this doesn't make sense. Why is this in here?
Yeah. Huh.
And so she would a lot of times end up trying to fix things, like she fixed your pain medication because something was wrong.
Yeah.
Something didn't make sense.
Yeah, I see what you mean about the doctor, because this other thing says Purdue used thought leaders in medicine like Russell Portnoy, MD, a chairman of the Department of Pain Medicine and Palliative Care, to push the safety of opioids. Paid large sums of money to Portnoy and his department. Also paid many other physicians to tout the benefits of OxyContin. And now, of course, this is obviously a separate issue from the fentanyl problem. Those are, I mean, I'm not saying they're completely unrelated, but it's obviously derivative. The opioid addiction can come from this, and there are people that obviously still seek out opioids to this day, and they have those addictions. The fentanyl problem is multifaceted in that it's also laced in. The dose to kill you is,
Yeah.
I forget what actually it is. Like it's such a insanely small amount. Yeah, I mean, I can't show this right now, but it's like there's a penny right here, and the batch of dust is about the size of the year on the penny that would be enough to kill you. It's insanely potent, and that's why it's in a lot of other things, because it is still an opioid. It is that potent because it affects you that much, and so they'll cut things with it, but they don't understand how little will kill you.
Yeah, and I mean, in 1804, German pharmacist Friedrich Sturtener isolated morphine from crude opium, and named it Morpheus, the Greek god of dreams.
All right, there you have it.
So, and that's how they got the active ingredient out of the natural plants, which is how opium was used in ancient civilizations and stuff like that.
There's another one people got to look out for: carfentanil.
Jesus Christ.
It's even more potent. You need an even smaller amount to kill you.
Jesus.
Why do they keep making them? Stop.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
All right. So hospital stays, I think, overnight is a wash. I think we're pretty equivalent on there. But I think total visits to the ER, you win. Total visits for surgeries and procedures and probably physical therapy and stuff, I think I have you beat.
Yeah, probably.
Because of the various things that I've had with, and I'm still going through. Oh, I forgot about the hospital visit I had for when they thought I had a heart attack.
Oh,
and I forgot about heart attack.
Yeah. That's 11.
I went in college. I had it was when I had my foot injury, which I was on crutches for 3 months. 3 months. I had suddenly got chest pain.
Yeah.
And then I went to the athletic training room because they were still open. They rushed me to urgent care, then grabbed me an ambulance after my EKG came back not natural. Took me in the hospital ambulance ride, my only ambulance ride.
Yeah.
To the hospital, and then they tested for if I had a clot, which, by the way, if it says no, you absolutely do not have a clot. If it says yes, it could be a false positive, but it's better to have certainty on the no than to have a false positive on the yes along with a true yes. So they kept me overnight for that. How many ambulance rides have you had? Is it just the one with the heart attack?
I forgot about the burned hands.
Oh my God. I've only had one ambulance ride.
I've had 3. When I burned my hands, and that was only to transfer me to the other hospital because they didn't have a burn ward where I was.
Oh, yeah.
The other was for the heart attack, and the other was for the carrots.
The carrot. Yeah, the
Because
carrot
it
makes
really
sense.
looked like a heart attack. Because I'm on the ground clutching my chest, drooling, unbelievable, just like drool. Just because obviously my body is like, oh, we need to get liquid down.
We need to lubricate.
We need to lubricate, but obviously I can't swallow because if anything that goes down doesn't go down, it comes right back up. It was agony, and because your esophagus and most of your bowels work in peristaltic motion, that like it kept squeezing it down hard. It hurt the pain was just in these waves. It was like, and it relax, it go, and it hurts. It is stunning how much that hurt. It is weird how much that hurt. Why did that hurt so bad?
Because your body was like, this should not be here. This is a problem.
Yeah. Anyway,
well, and I imagine it has to do with not only is it pushing on the esophagus, but because there's so much limited space in that track.
Yeah.
Like the nerves and other things around it that are extremely important.
Yeah.
Probably were like, something's messing up here.
Yeah, I know, right?
So, because your windpipe runs right past it too.
That windpipe, lungs, heart, a lot of really crucial stuff in there. So, yeah. And if I'd have just jumped, apparently, it might have worked.
Are you serious?
That's what the doctor said. Is like the solution is, you use this to dilate and then you jump to do it. Thankfully, it worked without me jumping. Or did I jump? Wait, no, did I? I think I did jump. I think I jumped a little bit.
To get it to the
it
momentum.
Happened to get up and then jump a little bit. But he said even without it, if you jump and then,
sometimes it'll
dislodge it, yeah.
Yeah, but when you're in that amount of pain, thinking of that is...
Yeah, I wouldn't think to jump. So but in the future, obviously if you're choking, don't do this because it will get it down farther.
Correct.
This is only for specifically stuff stuck in your esophagus, which hopefully you would know. And I even knew, and I thought, I might be having a heart attack. It hurt so bad. I just never experienced that pain before.
Yeah. So you definitely have more ER visits, more ambulance rides.
Yeah.
I have more surgeries and procedures and probably total visits to a hospital or an outpatient center, which a lot of times is a hospital.
It's funny. My brother has not been to the hospital ever.
I can't say the same.
Yeah. But I mean, it's funny because he's like, I think you're taking them all for me.
I made the joke. My friend, shout out to them, had their child the day after I got in a wreck. Like that evening. I said, I sacrificed my body so that was a clean and healthy birth.
I bet it still hurt.
I have no doubt it hurt.
Yeah,
but,
fair.
I just thought it was funny to say that because I got the text that healthy birth, and so I got to make that joke after I was laying on the couch like I can't roll over. So yeah, all things considered, I think it's pretty even between us.
Probably more days there because I didn't spend much time for the burn. I did stay overnight for the surgery. The appendectomy is 1 night in there, and then 2 weeks there. Everything else was like maybe 4 total more nights for the other bowel obstruction spots, but other than that, not too bad.
I had my hernia repaired too. I think I stayed like 3 days for the initial peritoneal catheter insertion. I had 9 days for the kidney transplant, which probably should have been 10. I told you about how high my blood pressure was.
No,
right?
I don't think you did.
I was like 200s over 100s, like before the transplant, and then even I'd have flares of it afterwards, which was causing the massive headaches. They almost didn't do the procedure because the nurses would stick a needle in my vein. It would literally pop. And they tried every blood pressure medication, everything, and it would not go down. They relied on anesthesia, so they put me under before bringing me into the surgery room to see if my blood pressure dropped enough. It was basically, if they could not do it then, I likely was going into hospice.
Gotcha.
Or going on to high levels of hemodialysis, which is a different stent. But even with that blood pressure, I don't even know if they could put the stent in.
Leeches.
Leeches.
They should have leached it out of you.
Yeah.
You would blow up the leeches, but hey.
You know?
Whatever makes it work.
Sacrifices must be made to the leech god.
Yeah. I have another picture here of the penny. I'm putting it on the desktop here.
Okay.
The amount of fentanyl is like the size of the year, 19 whatever.
Yeah.
The amount of carfentanil is the size of the one.
That's insane.
In 1980.
Jesus.
It is tiny.
Jesus.
Ugh.
You know, all things considered, as much as I gripe about people being like you're copying Mark, I think we're pretty neck and neck.
Yeah, and it's not a fun competition. I
No,
would
it's
say.
not. There are no winners in this competition.
No, it's not great. Nope. Yeah, don't recommend it.
Yeah. But anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of we had a fun little hospital off.
Yep.
For those of you that constantly say I'm copying Mark, neither of us are copying either of us. We don't want to do it.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, the Twitter account that's like days since Mark in the hospital, you know, I hope that they get to make that number nice and big until, you know, the bitter end.
I truly hope so, because every time I see you're in a hospital, when I see it, I go, Mark, what the fuck?
I know. Yep. Oh, well.
You probably feel the same. Now, 2 bike accidents. Jeez Louise.
Yeah. Enough of that.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Also, shout out to my friend, race car driver, drives for Rafa, R-A-F-A. Actually won in the Canadian Grand Prix. Competes in the same category of racing as Samantha Tan. They happen to be friends. That's how I met him.
There you
So
go.
Huge shout out. Thank you for the pink hat.
Of course.
Appreciate it. If you want to check out our merch, though, store.gmfst.com has all the things you want and what you need. Outside of that, if you have jacuzzes or other comments or different things that you want to share with us, hell, if you want to talk about you beating us in the hospital off, share it on the Reddit.
I'm sure there's someone that has us beat.
Oh, for sure. Even though I have chronic illness, there are crazier chronic illnesses that exist where you're in the hospital all the time.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. So reddit.com/r/GMFST. You know what I forgot?
What?
I didn't spend nights in there, but all of the visits I had to take when I was on peritoneal dialysis to the hospital, because I had to go in and check in with the nurse, have stuff cleaned, had to have stitches removed, so many different things. I think I was in there like every 2 weeks.
Yeesh.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. And next week, there will be a special charity stream on twitch.tv/St. Jude Play Live and right here on youtube.com/GMFST. We'll be live raising money for St. Jude. We'll be doing a fantasy football draft. I will be there. I'll have Mark give me some input on how to do stuff probably as well. But go check that out. It will be on the 21st starting at 10 a.m. Central Time, I believe. Yes, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time on Friday, 8/21. So check that out. Be sure to tune in, and let's raise a good amount of money for St. Jude.
All right, sounds good.
All right, that's going to do us for us here. Bye.
Bye.
Stay out of the hospital.